Bulls are in control. We got a great video today. Let's jump right into it. Here's the poll I put out on Tuesday. Thank you everyone who voted for this. And I'm going to leave it running until the live stream on Friday, where I will show this once more. Right now we have 665 votes. And you know how Denwo had to do both. We have a large audience on both sides. We're on the same team. So 12% GME, 63% for AMC, guys. We got a lot of AMC bulls out there right now. This further validates the assumption that people are taking profits from GME gains and putting them into AMC because it's still at a reasonable entry price for long term. And then we have 25% went for both. A lot of people are holding both. And before we start with the technical analysis today, exciting charts, but there was some news on one of our hot picks, one of our hot WSB plays that we're watching. And that's CCIV, Churchill Capital. So here's the website for the company that CCIV merged with, okay? CCIV merged with Lucid Motors. This is the Lucid Motors website.com. And I just wanted to check it out real quick because I've never been to their website before, and perhaps maybe you guys haven't either. So it looks very nice, and we're gonna just hop around here and see what they have going on. And the CEO of Lucid Motors went on an interview with Mr. Jim Cramer, and I have a couple notes here from that, a couple main takeaways from the interview, from their discussion. The CEO mentioned that they're trying to blend performance and range. So they are going for the high performance electric vehicles. They're also in-house proprietary technology that they're developing. A lot of the internal technology within the cars is all their own intellectual property. So other companies can't just replicate their technology. That's important for a big company. Also, they have taken a lot of reservations already. A lot of these cars have been pre-sold, and they're not cheap. See right here, starting from 69,900, whopping 1,000 horsepower. And a projected range of 500 plus miles. That's a very long range. I'm not sure what Tesla can reach right now on some of their high-end vehicles, but 500 miles for a charge is quite a long distance. Here are the models, it looks like. The Air Pure. Very sleek. Slick even. That's a nice design. They're targeting the luxury space. Also, they have a plant in Arizona, and they do plan to start producing on an industrial scale further towards the end of this year, guys. 2021. It's still very early on this company. Here's a nice model, Air Dream Edition, $161,000. Again, that 500-mile range. Very neat. Alright, but we got a lot to talk about, so moving on. Here's the YouTube trading portfolio update. It's looking nice. It's up 5% still, even with all the red across the markets right now. If you recall, it started with $1,000 total, and I doubled down on AMC at $8 when it dipped down from $10 to $8. Denwo doubled down with roughly $200 more on the portfolio, so it's a $1,200 total, and roughly, and it's up $61 still with all the red in the markets. So having patience on those entries is working out to our advantage. Here are the actual stocks. The AMC cost basis at $8.75 is still up 49%. Very nice gains. That entry at $8.75 is looking better and better as time goes on. When I made this purchase, people were very skeptical of entering AMC at those prices. It was just $5 shortly before there. Okay, and it doubled to $10. Not many people were brave enough to enter just under $10 there, and now we're seeing great returns. Also, Sundial's up 4.8%. It's at $1.50 per share now. Sundial was well under $1 not long ago. I am impressed with how this company is recovering right now, how this asset's well above $1. That's a great sign for the year ahead. Okay, NAKD still hasn't quite, it's struggling a little bit at $1. However, it's had a lot of sideways consolidation, and same with CTRM. Now you're probably wondering what this is up here. This GNW, Genworth Financial, one stock. It's worth $3.50. What's cool about that, I got that free stock just for signing up with this account and making a deposit on Webull. So this app is Webull, and if you guys are interested, looking for a good app to trade with, I will pin the link down below for a nice promotion till the end of March. New accounts, when you deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks. It's pretty cool, using the link below. All right, so AMC, I was going to point out, when we zoom in, this is a long time frame chart. This is our daily/weekly chart, guys. And right here, this week's price action so far appears bearish. It's red, it's pointing down, there's a lot of resistance. It doesn't look pretty. But when we zoom out, things become more clear. Let's keep in mind the bigger picture here. Our stair-stepping pattern continues higher and higher and higher. All right. I could even put one here just for the time being. It's spaced out evenly with these other ones. It's a nice even distribution there. So where's the next one? Up here, perhaps? Lining with this. It's local top. Right? And then we'll see what happens after that. Now, this is indeed resistance. We've officially closed the gap target. The gap's, it's history now. It's not relevant anymore. This whole range doesn't predict anything in the future because it already happened right now. Already. Okay, so the gap is actually no longer relevant. That's why I deleted the word gap. And I'm trying to keep things as simple as possible on this higher time frame chart. So instead of aiming am worrying too much about this resistance for swing traders, people who are trying to learn Denwo's style. And I'm also not buying in right here, hoping it breaks out all of a sudden, okay? But remaining patient might pay off here a little bit, because we could see some sideways consolidation, perhaps even a dip buy before continuation, and that would be totally normal on a continued bull run going forwards over the long term. That's only within the month. This isn't that far away. The end of this formation here, this pattern, is the end of April, actually. So that's interesting. If some selling pressure does begin to play out, then potentially the end of April, between now and April, for a breakout continuation. If we get lucky, the AMC is strong enough, which it has been extremely powerful. The bulls are in control on AMC, absolutely. And that's why even if this were to break down and dip, I would anticipate a bounce from this support rather than going lower than that. That's the power of being a bull right now, is that safety net down below. It's not necessarily about the upside at the moment. We're being careful to manage our risk. With that being said, AMC does look bullish on the short term. Zooming in, and then just clearing up some of these trend lines, and I will continue to clear up lines on our other charts as well going forwards, simplify things as much as possible. So AMC does look bullish on the short term. This is an hourly chart. I'm going to go in even further. The further in you go, even the 15-minute, you begin to see more trends forming. Another stair-stepping pattern with higher lows and higher highs. Higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low. So that's a good signal for bulls going forwards. It's at least something to keep on the radar and watch for day traders. Something like that over the next couple of days. Again, these assets are moving extremely quickly. And the shorter term, okay, I'm going to go into our day trading chart now. So that's our long-term chart, and I'm zooming in to show the relevance of the intraday price action. So going to our actual day trading chart, where we have a bunch of lines, I don't believe the bearish case is in effect right now, so I'm removing that possibility. You know, move the arrow, the target arrow, to about where we are currently, going up. And extending this trend line all the way over to today, I'm still seeing some significance here with a potential bounce off of this trend line, support from that trend line, maybe even a rounded bottom like that. So there are many bullish scenarios right here, right now. There's only one bearish scenario. Just something to think about. Also, there's a ton of support coming from the moving averages down below. The moving averages are important again. They're working in our favor. So when the price does hit the moving average, it should bounce, being that the sentiment around AMC is so bullish. And then just wrapping things up with the indicators, our favorite indicators. You can see on the 30-minute, well, we've had bearish momentum coming through for some time, right? On the 1 hour or 2 hour, 1 hour, and then the 30-minute, it is fading, just like back here, foreseeing some more moves higher. So that looks nice. And RSI, it definitely is following our rough estimate here. It's just not exact. I drew this out in about 1 second, so it's not going to be perfect, but if I just drag it over slightly, that matches up real nice. I like that. I'm going to leave it like that. It's a beautiful chart on AMC. GME is saying different things, okay? It's not me trying to say this. This is what I'm reading from the charts. The bearish case is in full effect right now on GME. Remember, we exited up here around $300 based upon our gigantic wedge formation. This giant wedge that we were super early on. It was very I can't even state how early it was to have placed this resistance line on the chart and made this giant wedge. The exact day where this wick came in and this other wick hit right there. Right there is when I placed this wedge, and at the time I didn't realize it would be so accurate. It really has played out perfectly. So we saw an extreme rejection from the top of that wedge, and it's sitting well underneath the whole wedge now, guys. It's well underneath. Taking a measured move is down 25% from the top of that, or exit. And interestingly enough, I mean, with GME, this is why it's so difficult to chart such a volatile asset. We have an indecision candle on the daily. Could go either way once more. So it's not over yet. The nail's not in the coffin for GME. Things could change very quickly here going into later this week. Remember, the GME earnings report is coming up March 23rd. And just like AMC, it's not going to be world-changing data coming from that. What it will do is generate a lot of hype and excitement leading into the earnings report. So that's only a week away now. And when AMC's earning report came up, it went from about $7 to $12. Okay. There is potential with that positive news coming ahead next week. The charts are still indecisive. CCIV. All right. Congratulations, anyone who entered on our CCIV buy box. Down in this area, $20 to $25 was our buy box we entered last week. Remember, guys, seriously, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment only. Everybody has to make their own decisions. Just because a trade works for Denwo doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Everyone has their own risk tolerance, their own different portfolio sizes as well. There are many different factors, other financial obligations. All right. Please don't copy other people's ideas. Everyone has to learn on their own. It's the best way to learn. It's through experience. And that's all I wanted to say about that. Thank you. I'm going to clean these lines up. We've talked about this multiple times in the live stream, so we have been actively charting CCIV now. And I'm not planning at this point to talk about it in our daily update videos every time. I will keep up to date on this chart though, and continue to show it on the channel as new patterns develop going forwards. Just like our AMC entry, this is a mid to long-term play, a swing trade, one of Denwo's favorite styles, guys. I really like the look of this chart. It's a very low risk entry, even still. Now, I've been recommending, if people are trying to enter this asset, try and get in under $30. However, it's still at a decent level for an entry in a long-term perspective. It's only at $31, just slightly above $30, so it hasn't quite taken off just yet. But if you'll note, this blue squiggly line has been there from the very beginning, way back. The breakout of this trend line, the orange trend line, right here. I drew this blue squiggly line as a quick estimate, and the price has followed that almost exactly. Since that's the case, we could be seeing a breakout in the short term here. This seems like a fairly accurate time frame in the short term for CCIV. So if I extend the support line and then extend the resistance from the moving average, that's the general time frame that I'm watching on a breakout for CCIV, a real breakout. All right, this was nothing. That's I know it was something. CCIV up 15% on the day. Very nice move. So it's a nice move, but it's really nothing compared to where it may be going. Happy trading. Hope you have a great day.